In this video, we are talking about 5 running backs who I guarantee are going to break out in fantasy football this season, starting with Zach Charbonnet, who finally got an opportunity to show us what he was capable of last year. In 6 starts without Kenneth Walker, he averaged 18 touches, 100 total yards, 19 fantasy points per game, including that huge Week 14 performance against the Cardinals, 193 total yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 38 fantasy points. This is not a backup level running back anymore, right? He showed us what he has. He's a really good, talented player. He's a former 2nd-round pick in the NFL draft. This isn't a guy that is just going to be waiting on the sidelines for Kenneth Walker to inevitably get hurt. He's really good. Seattle needs him. They're going to use him this year. 9th in missed tackles forced per attempt last year, 10th in yards created per touch, 11th in fantasy points per opportunity. He was top 15 in both targets and receptions, along with 2nd in routes run. This is a workhorse back. He can literally do it all, and I think he can do it at a higher level than Kenneth Walker. Sorry if that offends some of you, but it's the truth. Now in this new system, Clint Kubiak as offensive coordinator, we don't know what's going to happen, right? If this was Ryan Grubb, it was the same deal, I probably wouldn't be having this stance or not be talking about it as confidently as I am, because it's a new system. We don't know what's going to happen. But I would bet a lot of money that it is going to be closer to a 50-50 split, even if Walker stays healthy. Like maybe Seattle, same head coach, right? Maybe he's learned at this point that they should ease back Walker's workload a little bit to preserve him, to help him stay healthy, because clearly he's proven time and time again, every single year that he's been in the NFL, he cannot stay healthy. And Charbonnet has just earned a bigger role, simply put. He's really talented. They'd be stupid to leave him on the sideline. And Walker is also in his final year of his contract, which can mean one of two things. Either they run him into the ground and Walker puts up a lot of fantasy points, has a really good year until he gets hurt, because he's most likely going to get hurt. Not wishing on him to get hurt, but he's proven to us that he will. Or they ease back. They see what they have in Charbonnet outside of 6 games, and it's more of an even 50-50 split. Maybe they're not planning on re-signing Walker. We don't really know. But if anything were to happen to Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet is an immediate RB1. I think he holds strong RB2 value with upside, even if Walker stays healthy. And this is a guy you can draft in round 10. Really easy guy to click on at that spot. Next guy up, Caleb Johnson, who broke out in his final year at Iowa, over 1,500 yards, 23 total touchdowns, 6.4 yards per carry. He did all of that in 12 games, 262 touches, 0 fumbles. This guy is special. 2nd in breakaway yards, 4th in yards after contact, 99th percentile in dominator rating. He's a big back. He's not a small scat back. He's 6'1", 224 pounds. We know the Steelers, under Arthur Smith, they want to run the football. They're going to run the football. They were 4th in rush attempts last year. They run a zone run scheme, which fits Johnson's running style to a T. Aaron Rodgers comes in as quarterback. No, he's not the same Aaron Rodgers, but he's still an upgrade of whatever Mason Rudolph would have done. And they have a strong offensive line, believe it or not. They had a lot of injuries across that line last year. Really talented unit. If they can stay healthy, they can be special. And they just simply have little weapons on offense outside of DK Metcalf, who they just brought in from Seattle. So I think Johnson is going to be heavily involved in year 1. I'm predicting a massive workload, not just on the ground, but he can get it done through the air, even though he didn't show a lot of that at Iowa. He does have that skill set. Yes, Jaylen Warren is going to be involved, but he's proven to us that he's nothing more than a change of pace, 3rd down back. I would not be surprised if Johnson starts to eat into his role as the season goes on. We know he's going to be the early down grinder, goal line back. 8 to 10 touchdowns is very realistic. I mean, Najee Harris, who is half the player that Johnson is, 1,300 total yards and 10 touchdowns his rookie year. I think Johnson could easily top those numbers this season. Huge, huge value in round 7. Next guy up, Tajay Spears. He hasn't really shown us a ton. He's coming off an injury-riddled season. He just could not get going. He could not get healthy. Ankle sprain in September, pulled his hamstring in October, concussion in November, and then his final concussion, he had 2, was in week 17. It didn't really help that this Tennessee offense was horrible. He was RB2 on the depth chart, as we know, behind Tony Pollard. but the doors finally opened for a small period of time when Tony Pollard was dealing with that ankle injury. He was out there for most of the time, but he wasn't right. From weeks 15 to 17, Spears averaged 21 fantasy points and 16 opportunities per game, 60% snap share, RB5 over that stretch. Only Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Bijan Robinson, and Jonathan Taylor scored more fantasy points over that stretch. Spears had not played more than 47% of the snaps all year until week 15. A lot of that was because he was just nicked up, banged up, injured for most of the season. We know the Titans selected Cam Ward, quarterback, first overall. That's a massive upgrade for this offense. They are going to throw the football this year, and Spears, that's what he specializes in. He's a really good receiving back. I mean, heck, he earned 70 targets his rookie year, is also elite at making defenders miss, avoided 1.5 tackles per game on receptions in 2024, which was the best mark among running backs. He should be more involved through the air, considering they have Calvin Ridley and Chigo Okonkwo. That's all they have in the passing game. So Spears is going to see a lot of run in that area. So at the end of the day, is Pollard going away? No, but he's an older back that has proven to us he has issues staying healthy at times. We saw what Spears was capable of in a full-time role. So did the Titans. If everything breaks right, I think Spears could be potentially the league winner or just a guy that drastically outperforms his 10th round ADP. Remember, bet on backfields with a starter who's older and who's just frankly not that good. Bet on backups in a situation like that where they could take over at any point throughout the season. On to our next guy, RJ Harvey, who was ultra productive in college at UCF. His final 2 years were remarkable. 2023, over 1,400 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, 6.3 yards per carry. And then last year, over 1,500 rushing yards, 22 touchdowns, 6.8 yards per carry. Led all of college football in 10-plus and 20-plus yard runs. He's extremely explosive. He's very talented. He's very exciting. And the Broncos felt that way as well. They took him in round 2, handpicked by Sean Payton, which is a good sign. He's going to be utilized right away. He has that 3-down skill set. Bo Nix, this Denver offense as a whole, I think they take even another step this year. They should be even better. And Sean Payton loves to target the running back in the passing game. Broncos running backs have caught 214 passes over the past 2 years, which is more than any other team. So we already know this, right? Payton loves to throw to the running back. And Payton's starting running back has never finished outside the top 10 in running back targets. We know the Denver Broncos have a strong offensive line, really strong unit. They return all 5 starters, 74.9% run block rate last year, which was first. I think RJ is just going to be an absolute cheat code. Yes, we have to talk about J.K. Dobbins, but I'm not really worried. He's going to be a change of pace guy. If you watch Dobbins the second half of the year, he was not very good, not efficient at all. So he's a depth piece more than anything. I think Harvey's going to receive the high-value touches and all of the pass-down work. And if anyone could be this year's Bucky Irving, I think Harvey has a good shot at that. He's a guy you can get in round 5, round 6. Absolutely worth that price tag. On to our final guy, Omarion Hampton, who, another guy, just an absolute monster in college at North Carolina. Back-to-back seasons with 1,500-plus rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, 220-plus receiving yards. He's a big back, 6 feet tall, 220-pound sledgehammer, 97th percentile in yards after contact per attempt. He's this all-purpose workhorse dream running back build. He has receiving ability. He had 38 receptions last year. For reference, Ashton Genty only had 23. Hampton reminds me a lot of a young Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to be really special in this league, and so did the Chargers. They went out and got him in round 1, which says a lot for a running back. We know LA wants to run the football. They tried to do it last year, but they just, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, they didn't have the guys to do so. He also gets the luxury of running behind a top 5 offensive line, Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt, Mekhi Becton coming over from Philadelphia, Greg Roman. He's going to run the football. In 11 years as offensive coordinator, he's never finished lower than 11th in rushing attempts. Yes, we have Najee Harris there, who signed a 1-year, $5 million deal. You could consider that backup money. He has less guaranteed money than backs like Devin Singletary and Antonio Gibson the year before him. It's really not a lot of money. All right. Like, they could kick Harris to the curb by week 5 and it could be the Hampton show. I think Harris probably by midseason is going to be a non-factor. And even if he sticks around, right, this is an offense that's going to run the football at a really high rate. Both guys can eat in this system if necessary. Round 4 ADP, it's pretty steep, but betting on guys who are talented, on good offenses, running behind good offensive lines that have a great shot at a huge role in year one, absolutely worth the price tag. He's a guy I love to bet on at that spot. I have no problem selecting him in round 4. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you took away anything from the video, if you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out more than you know, and I will see you in the next one.